Hi everybody! Welcome to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way. We're starting about an hour late tonight, just because life happens. However, thank you for joining us. We are on session 187, if I didn't say that already. And we're continuing in Max's Tower, which is also Rocket's Tower, which is also Rock's Tower, which is also Olokun's Tower. It gets complicated. But hey, if you've been following with us, you understand some of the story. To kind of dive into what my players uncovered last session, it does it a lot of backstory was confirmed for our cleric wizard Torval companion known as Rock. It turns out that thanks to the magics of the tower, uh, his friend uh, Caden was able to manifest out of his spellbook and was able to provide much needed clarity and insights and history into their background. And Rock, to jump to the final thing that the players found out, is Rock is a pseudo clone, a vessel that was created to mock this the clone spell in an attempt for a wizard known as Rocket to find a perfect body and to achieve immortality, or to exist in perpetually throughout history. Um, it was revealed that Caden and Rock were both apprentices to a very powerful wizard, a mage, also known as Zygmunt Galus. And as most wizards do, they become obsessed with things, and that happens to be Rocket's uh, obsession. And that allowed him to, that caused him to spiral down a dark, twisting path, which eventually led to Caden needing to capture Rocket, try to restrain him. But unbeknownst to Caden, he somewhat of his goal create misformed amalgamations, kind of false clones of himself that were able to continue his research, eventually help him get broken free, where they could complete their research. And then for decades, Hayden had to battle Rocket in various different forms, always managing to defeat him, but it became more and more difficult. And eventually, Caden made an alliance with, as Davis remembered, with the White Duke, and that allowed him to make a bond with the deity known as the Mentor, and with all of their helps and all their training, Skaden was able to finally extinguish Rock permanently, however, at the cost of his own mortality. And yeah, and then eventually was made a compromise was made with the Mentor, and the Mentor allowed the soul of Rocket to be given one final chance to live a good life in the pursuit of everything that she embodied. And I'll go into this, and because I realized I didn't do a good job explaining that last session, but Rocket was given a chance to be Rock and travel the world and do stuff, and that's how he ran into the Crass Menagerie. And then my players took a night's rest, rolled some dice, and then we're ready in the morning to continue in the Mage's Tower. So, quick little recap. Oh, the other thing,
Yeah, one more
Jaden
thing.
ain't dead no more.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sorry, yeah. Caden managed, seemingly fulfilled he was supposed to do, or was rewarded for, you know, providing Rocket to his, Rock to his goal, to his true self. And yeah, so with the blessings of the Mentor, all the tomes and all the scrolls and all the various scripts within this expansive mage tower came to life, danced around, and developed the spectral form, the dusty spectral form of Caden. And then everything cleared, pages returned back to place. Caden was hungry, his belly grumbling for the first time in forever. And there we go. Caden is back amongst the living.
And that happened, I
That
think,
was
before the sleep, right?
Sleep, yes. You guys found food. Rock didn't want to go sleep, but then he put himself to sleep in carb coma. There are little details like that. Oh, and then Allegretto showed Marb how to
Yeah, haste.
mimic the haste spell
Yeah.
for the day.
Yes, yes.
So, all right. So yeah, so something that I wanted to make clear, I'm not going to necessarily go into Caden's voice for this one, but just to kind of, it's something that I realized like at the end of the session, clear because I was going without my notes that week. So Caden would also have explained like why the Rocket Soul was given another chance after being such a menace for such a long time. And it happened to be that the mentor is a true neutral deity. And Rocket, in his pursuit for knowledge and understanding and theories of magic and biology and everything, was doing what the mentor represents, which is knowledge and groundbreaking and learning and education, just maybe not in the most uh, moralistic way, but he still represented everything that she stands for. Thus, the pact was given and the pact was made with Caden recognizing this, having trained under the White Duke himself, who happens to be like a chosen or like a champion, or was able to
We also hinted
negotiate or
potential
agree
avatar, I
and
think,
proceed.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So that is actually for story-wise and continuity-wise, and why maybe it made little to no sense why a part of a soul of such a twisted individual was given a chance again. Was that is that he still represented what the mentor, like many domains of the mentor,
Yeah.
and thus Rocket was given the form of Rock or Ulukun.
Another
The
thing
fresh start.
from my notes I have a question was, I
Mhm.
think it sounds like in the
Sure.
morning Magnus was suggesting we check out that door. Or did I make that up?
It's up to you. So Magnus, yeah. Magnus is never going to suggest checking out the door because he's terrified. He can't. So, as you guys figured out at one point, someone figured it out because I asked you guys like, and he kind of announced it. Magnus cannot be on that other side of the door, and he is this power. Power and him are intrinsically tied. He can feel
Right.
everything in the tower. He can't feel that, and that scares the shit out of him. So was suggesting you guys prepare for whatever you want to do because you are literally in a trove of information and knowledge.
Gesundheit.
But beyond that, it's Gesundheit. So,
Okie dokie.
so yeah,
Ben's not
Rock.
concentrating. Oh no, wait.
Oh, look,
Control weather is 24 hour,
Yeah.
I think? Okay, so yeah, he's still concentrating on it.
But you have to concentrate.
Oh, but he
You can't
slept. He
concentrate while you're
slept.
sleeping.
Yeah, never mind.
If you become unconscious. Yeah. So yeah, but like for him, make sure all of his and social cascades are reset.
Yeah,
So
I
he's
did
got
do
a fresh
that.
days of casting. I think we have distance spell again for the broken engine. Yeah. So yeah, Magnus's suggestion would be, you are in a house of knowledge. If you guys really want to pursue what you're doing, maybe try to
Seems like
understand
a
what's
good
going on.
spot,
But
yeah.
but yeah. Caden would kind of be waking up and go, I forgot how dry my mouth gets after I sleep. I need milk. Anyone? And he just goes over and kind of reaches his hand towards one of the cabinets, and the cabinets begins to kind of shake and kind of open. And you see there's like a little glass, and it just begins to fill from the bottom up with the white liquid. He just goes over there and reaches it. He's like, I love this cabinet. Starts drinking. Puts it back there, and the liquid fades away.
But what was that?
It's a mage tower. It conjures certain foods.
I'll
The
look
price
at
of it,
Davis real excited. Like, oh, oh.
okay. Without going into too much detail, it's not really the food that you're getting. It mimics the flavors and the textures. It's just, it's arcane. It's solid arcana. It just kind of nourishes the body, but in reality, do you want me to show you what you're actually eating or drinking?
Not really.
I can spoil the surprise. There we go.
Pass.
So, it's nourishing. Yeah. It'll taste and look like and feel like anything that you wish to eat, as long as it's enchanted within the cabinet.
Okay. Can I try?
Yeah, go. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It's not very breakfasty, but I'm gonna go think of a
What do you
beef. I want a beef pot pie.
Beef pot pie. Okay. You'll see that like there's a inside it, so like it's like one of those like display kind of cabinets where it's like the glass front and you just see a bunch of different arranged dishes. And you'll see that they start to shift out of the way and like a small, not small, but like an 8-inch pipe
Oh,
and
wow.
slides forward. And then you just kind of see that it just starts to shimmer and glow, and then from the bottom up, the pie just kind of sprouts out. It looks
Alright.
crusty and flaky and golden,
Yeah, that looks pretty well done. Nice.
and then it opens. Yeah,
Ooh.
it has
Steamy even. Wow, that's crazy.
the metal will cut. Yeah. Enjoy.
Wow.
Essentially, it counts as a ration. Whatever you eat from this cabinet counts as a ration. So,
Nice. Yeah, go for it, Al. It's great.
thick gravy in there with well tendered root vegetables,
Oh, yeah.
big chunks of beef. It's yummy. We'll just see Magnus walk up to it, and he'll be like, "You know what I like?"
Wait, you have to eat?
You'll just see like these crisps. Like, it's like I don't
Actually-
have to, but I enjoy it.
Okay. Yep, fair.
And you'll see like there's just like a little gray dish, kind of I don't know, like a little saucer, kind of, and then you just see these crystalline structures begin to sprout and grow very quickly. He takes it. Rock candy, anybody?
Oh my god.
He just crunches down. Good
This
stuff.
guy's got jokes, man. It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Davis, you see him like bite into it, and it's like it's like a piece of rock candy, like crystalline rock candy, like that's like the thickness of like your forearm.
Oh gosh.
Bites
Jesus.
into it. It's nothing.
Anywho,
Yeah, to anyone. Go for it.
what are we doing here, y'all? Like, are we... I mean, it sucks outside, but I'm sure Wiggs and Julian will start to get real concerned. But there's a lot of cool and neat stuff in here, and it kind of sucked to get here, so I guess we should, whatever we can make out of what's in here, we probably should, but...
Perhaps ascending would be... Ooh. Oh, I already did.
What'd you say, Adam?
I mismuted. I thought I muted and I unmuted. Go for it. Sorry, Kyle. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, perhaps ascending to give them an update, let them know that we are alive and not
Wait a
currently
minute.
fighting for our lives.
Ben, you can tell them, right? And yeah, he can send, right?
Yep. And as long as you say it's prepared. Then you say it's
Yeah,
prepared.
I hadn't actually gone through and checked to prepare, but yeah, it's one of those things that I'll just leave what I had prepared yesterday because it makes the same. It makes sense that it would be basically the same.
Yeah.
And yeah, sending was already prepared, so we can do that.
So who contacting?
Yeah, I guess Wiggs. And since he doesn't have to vocalize it, right, he can actually do it in his mind, so it won't be the stilted Ben speech. I'll just try and off the cuff 25 word it. So I'll go ahead and let me roll my ensorcelled cascade.
Yes.
Is it,
For a third level.
hey, that's free, right?
No,
Oh, sorry,
it's
it's a 5. Sorry, I got a 5 out of 6. Yeah, I just realized you can't see it. It's 5, so it's 5 out of 6. Yeah, that's a free one. For
Yes,
third level.
that is a free one. And then mark off that you can't do it for third level.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I'll just off the cuff say, Wiggs, Menagerie is okay. found mage tower with lots of helpful things. May stay a while.
Team so far.
Sorry?
You're at 15, I think. Words.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I probably had like 10 or
Fine.
something. May stay a while.
Mhm.
Will message when we leave. Crass Menagerie XOXO.
Yep, there you go.
Good man.
Pretty much. Good man. Twigs will say. Okay, so you're safe. Good. We're just on patrol. Let us know when we need to come get you.
Yeah, Ben will say, Wig's aware, is patrolling, call when leave.
Caden will kind of look at Ben and say, right, okay, I can do something about this. And he kind of puts his hands together. He gets a couple eggshells. Yeah, let's see if I can just do this. And he kind of cracks them together, and he'll eventually cast a telepathic bond on everybody.
Sheesh, let's go.
He's
That's
in my
gonna
head.
help.
He's in my head.
Yeah, because he has the same spells as Rock, minus the ones that Rock created.
Nice.
Ah.
Because he's the book after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ben will just say to his head, it's like, thank you, this is a much easier way for me to communicate with everyone.
He's like, no worries. What's in the head? I will say, I don't think this is a foundry thing. I don't think we managed to go through and do the little blessing. So just a reminder to Rock and Pebble, or Ulukun and Pebble, all your cleric spells. Just a reminder that they do use your wisdom now, if you or use your intelligence if you want them to. If you have some sort of, which I don't think you do, but if you had some sort of wizard only manipulation of a spell, that does apply to them now. And then you can prepare cleric level plus intelligence modifier wisdom cleric spell.
So like
Cleric plus wisdom,
3
however
extra,
the formula is.
or 4 extra? 3, 4. One
Yeah,
of those.
something like that. 3, because he's yeah, 3 more. So we didn't actually build that out in Foundry, but
No,
I
yeah.
know you can track. Okay.
So yeah, Davis just looked at the group like,
Right.
so what are we doing?
Magnus will. I'm just letting you guys know that those little guys are pretty persistent. It's getting really annoying.
So,
But we're okay right now.
Problematic? Are they doing any damage or anything?
I mean, to use a for example, water drips on the same spot long enough, it's going to
Yeah.
erode the stone.
Sure.
Kind of that kind of annoying thing.
Hey, how long have they been doing
think we're
this?
fine. Since I woke up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been it's kind of weird, right? Because apparently some people have been in here with me not knowing that they're in here before. Somehow
Yeah,
they
it
managed
was-
to kind of bypass.
Red or someone did it, right?
Well,
Supposedly.
before that, I think, well, yeah, or something like that. They managed to take things out of here without me knowing. They managed to get in here in the first place without me knowing, which is also just wrong. So they must have had some sort of knowledge. It couldn't have been Red, right? You guys had Red still closed up and sealed, so maybe Red
Nah.
contacted somebody.
Sorry, Red's loose. Like, right now.
I think you said that, and I think I chose to forget that.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a problem.
Yeah. Sounds like
Yeah,
it.
that's pretty. Yeah. But yeah, they've been pretty much at it since I woke up. which I don't know exactly how long I've been awake because, you know, it floating in a weird space that inside of a city that's not a city anymore because there's a loud noise.
Yeah, we're aware of the loud
Ah.
noise.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. But they haven't done anything really too bad to the tower yet. I don't think anything's gotten inside. I don't think I'm leaking anything, so you're good. Just annoying. Anyways, that being said, why did you guys come here in the first place? Trying to remember. That was a really good nap.
We were trying to kind of find where these kind of little guys and other. So it's not just these little guys that have shown up here and started causing problems. There's other creatures and other influences and things like that that have been making things.
Well, I can feel that. Yeah.
So we were trying to find. It seemed like some of the places we've seen, it was just like, I don't remember how we called it. It was like a tear or something like that to another place, and we thought maybe we could find an origin of these things. We could fix it or reverse it or cancel it or whatever. So that's what we're looking for.
Got it. So you need information on cross-planar travel, doorways and gateways into other realities, and other planes of existence.
Davis just looks at Al.
Got it. I'll be right back.
Like,
And he just
Spot on,
spreads his.
spot on.
You'll just see him in his body. He'll say, "Be right back," and you'll see his body just kind of, properly stone over and turn like that lifeless stone gray
yeah,
color.
'cause he went to another stone.
And then you'll
gargoyle.
you'll just exactly.
He always does
This is
this.
perfect.
He does that. He's doing the thing. Oh, where's it gonna come from?
Yeah, I'm just looking around frantically, like, where is he?
Marb is like, "It's pretty cool. It's really handy, but can you do that outside of the tower?"
I mean, he is the tower,
Just
so
thinking.
probably not.
Found his weakness. Keep it a distance.
Yeah, it doesn't. Hey, you'll hear some rummaging, like just kind of echoing through this vast space as he's looking for something somewhere, and then you'll see just the head of the gargoyle kind of reanimate. Found it. I'll bring it with the other body, and he's just gonna resolidifies, and then
Thank you.
you'll hear. You'll just hear like stone. You guys know he's made of stone, so you hear like scratching and clawing like on floor as you'll see it, and it's like a dog like gargoyle form. It's got little stubby wings, and he's holding a big tome in his mouth. Arr. Arr.
Don't look at me.
I'll reach out a hand for it. Oh, that's a cool form. I like this one.
And then it'll just start running. It'll say, "I know it's cute," and it'll start running away with the body.
Wait, the dog form says that?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Magnus's
nice.
voice and everything.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
I know.
He's like, yeah, no, I'm fucking adorable. Bye.
Well, I guess pride and confidence has never been a problem for him. So
Especially now that he's got an awesome name.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the best name in the world. It's Magnus. No one has a better name than Magnus. Magnus has made it explicitly clear. Magnus is the greatest name ever given to anyone. That's his name. And then you'll see his main body kind of unbreaks. Like, had to park the dog where it belongs. I don't want to lose track of where all my bodies are. So, yeah, that is an extensive tome that was gathered off of Astrovera. That and he's like looking around for Ulukun. He's like, that Coma boy over here, when he was Rocket, managed to acquire some sort of deal with. He explained it to be some sort of like fiendish dealer, but that explains the intricacies and the diversities of the planar relations and that might give you some idea of what's going on. Don't ask me to understand it because all I know is that book tells you how to go places
That's exactly what
or
I'm
how
looking
it
for.
works.
I'm walk over to the nearest blank table and smack it on.
Yeah, so it's a hefty tome. You got a old tome. You can see that it is protected, highly sought out after because like it's one of those books where there's multiple chains kind of bounding horizontally, vertically. Uh, you like look to it and it's locked, and then Cielo will kind of bounce up. Say, "Hey,"
How are we
crack his
gonna get?
knuckles.
Oh,
What's up,
Ciel's here.
Magnus? Yeah, Magnus says, "I mean, I'll let you open it." He's like, "Ah," and he kind of gets in there. I'm not even gonna make him roll because I don't think he can fail.
Yeah, especially with his gloves
What?
of thievery, it's like a minimum 30 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Man, believe this guys? I just checked. He got a 10.
My goodness.
Weird.
Said
Is he
forgot
still
what the
asleep?
lock for.
He is slacking today. Oh, look at that.
it is
Marb
his
gave it a
build,
shot,
though.
and Marb rolled a 54. What do you know?
Cielo's doing it only with his
Marb,
whiskers.
Matt,
He says, Marb, can you teach me
Cielo's just
how?
kind of. No, Cielo's just like you said, only whiskers, but I can see him like holding his tools with his ears. He's just practicing. He's like, but no. What
I'm
is his
gonna.
minimum roll rate? It's 10 plus
5 from the
10
gloves.
plus 5 plus 5, right? So it is. So it is 30, right?
It's either 30 or 25. I'm not sure. I don't know where
You
the second
check
5
because
comes
if
from.
it is a minimum, gloves of thievery,
Yeah, one of them
dexterity.
is that. Oh, that's right. He's 5 plus 15.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. So it's plus 15 from
yeah.
expertise, plus 10 from reliable talent, and
Uh-huh.
plus 5 from the gloves.
Yeah. So it is minimum 30, right?
Yes.
So that is the DC on the lock. So he's just like, and Magnus goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to beef up security here." Mm.
Not many people are
Okay.
like this guy.
Yeah, I got that. He's got that look in his eyes, and it's like his whiskers twitch, and then they stop twitching, and he's like focused in, and he's just like click, and a little
That's the
piece of my
best.
dusty soul just kind of cracks. My heart breaks a little bit.
And that's only because this one took him, a couple seconds. Most of the time, it's like he uses
He just
these
looks
tools.
at it
It's
wrong.
just a key. Like it's like not even a lock. He's just like, oh, you just stick this in here and it's just open.
All right. Well, enjoy. I'm going to go comfort myself with some more rock candy. Here, man. And goes up to the thing, and you just hear it start essentially printing his food. Like, yeah.
I want to turn. I need a little snack before so we're delving into this.
A study snack. Okay, go for it.
I was in front of the cabinet, raises one finger. One quiche, please. How does this thing work?
Davis is very
This is where
curious.
I want to be a waiter. And what do you want in your quiche? Because there's a million things you can put in a quiche.
Quiche.
Some
The
green
quiche.
Spanish and eggs. Tomato.
Yeah. So,
Jamón
yeah,
ibérico.
because you just say one quiche, right? You'll see. It's almost like a similar tray to what Davis had. It kind of pipes up, but this time it has like little wavy ridges on the outside, and you'll just kind of see Al. Because you have expertise in perception, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be your roll, but because you have you'll notice that as you're kind of looking through the glass, you do see these almost clear like bulba like orbs kind of funnel in, and then just kind of smash together, and then they start to like kind of get like almost like self-kneaded and warped, and then they turn into the food that you're looking for. And you'll see that it kind of like whooshes around in the pot or in the little tray, kind of starts to solidify and then raises from the bottom up, almost like similar to how like Davis's pie rose out of nowhere. Your quiche just kind of fills, and it's filled like an eggy custardy liquid, and it seems to like brown and solidify on the top. And then the cabinet just kind of, you'll see the little, it unlocks and it's ready to be taken.
Oh. Take a.
You didn't specify mini quiche, so it's a full-on big quiche.
Oh shit. If anybody wants to buy it, this was like 10 inches or something. It's like pie size.
8
What
inch,
is?
8 inch.
What,
Yeah,
is
8
it,
inch
what
pie.
did you get, Al? This
It's
David's asking.
it's the fanciest of the egg dishes for breakfast.
Oh, it's
Behold,
a-
and
oh.
there's plenty of share.
No, I know what that is. This is an egg pie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna towards one corner, but not at the crust. He's gonna take a small bite. How's it taste?
Mhm. Oh, it's delicious. It's gonna be more on the basic side because you didn't specify, so it's really just gonna be like a
Ugh.
light, fluffy whipped egg quiche with like some nice mild, like probably like yellow cheeses, and just some fresh herbs kind of sprinkled throughout.
Hell
Good
yeah!
purist.
Smells like quiche, tastes like quiche. This thing's Davis, when you get one of those
Needs
wherever
ham.
we don't have a base, can we have this as a base? We live here. One's so perilous to get to, I guess, but we need one of those. Those are awesome.
Davis, as you say, it needs ham. You'll see that like one of the dishes next to the cabinet because and like it's just a plate, and it'll just kind of and like some rings of ham, like horizontal
Okay,
slices.
Circle cut.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I was worried to be a shank.
I don't know. So not quite a quiche Lorraine because no lardon or bacon in it, but other times it's like your traditional quiche.
Fantastic. I was like, I haven't had one of these in a while. He'll be eating it pinky out.
Okay, side note, when I worked at Brasserie, our Sunday brunches always had quiches. I have made more quiches in my life than I care to think.
Oh goodness.
They were fucking popular. Oh.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, go back.
Oof, I believe it.
I do like how Davis egg pie. Exactly. Yes. Why do you call it?
Mhm.
It's an egg pie.
Davis has never heard the word quiche in his life until just now.
Yeah, that's why I love it.
You,
I mean, I don't know what a quiche is in real life.
It's an
Spot
egg
on,
pie.
spot on.
Egg pie.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah, it technically is slightly different,
It
but
is,
yeah,
but
there you go.
Da-da-da-da. But yeah, when Davis said that, my brain kind of broke for a second. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah.
wait, did I fuck up?
Yeah. It's like, oh no, I broke Al again.
Sorry. Hey, Magnus, do you have any books on egg dishes? Because we're doing that today instead. No, no, no.
What
Let's
is this
crack open.
strange obsession you have with eating unfertilized birthing
Ova.
vessels?
It makes me feel powerful.
Oh,
I
yeah.
consume them, I absorb their power, I become more powerful. I don't know. It tastes good. It's good energy.
Davis wanders off.
It's teleport book. I'll give you the synopsis later. And I'll sit down. Nah, we're
Okay.
working. That's a stand-up desk. I'm standing up. Fork in one hand. Other hand is tracing the words.
Got it.
Just look at some sigils and
Yeah,
shit.
so
Are there pictures? Hope there's pictures. I can't read that much.
there will always be depictions and try to do visualizations, as you've noticed in a lot of these homes. Wizards and the likes are like scholars. They like to draw. They like to give examples. They like to give references.
A
So
consistent thing is if there's ever something just kind of theatrical and not as educational, which I guess is kind of rare for books like these, I will definitely call Davis over and be like, look at this depiction, look at this shit. It's like a battle scene. Whoa, anything crazy.
yeah, you will. So Al, because it's a battle scene, I will give you one, and this will be one little battle scene that you'll see. Um, you'll see there's a depiction of, let's call it, it's not like a purely well, for us it's easy to understand. It's like a depiction of like a galaxy slash universe, right? You see it, it's not like perfectly circular, but there seems to be like clouds and swooshes and whirls and all this kind of depicted in like a smaller corner of a page. And then it almost like it kind of enhances and zooms, and you'll see that around this swirling mass that's drawn, there's this layer kind of drawn around it, and it's intentionally drawn kind of chaotically and fuzzy. And on that, it kind of zooms in, and then it kind of depicts almost like a battle. It almost looks like something attacking something else, but like two armies kind of smashing into each other. So yeah, there is some depictions of battles in a book about planes and the realms and everything. So definitely figures like you don't recognize or understand their shapes or anything, but you can kind of tell like yeah, they're definitely clashing.
I think they're mad at each other.
Yep.
So I'll definitely call Davis over for like
Alright,
anything
so
interesting like that. But yeah.
gotcha. So for research, go ahead and give me an investigation check, if you wish. As you're going through. I will say, yeah, just an investigation, unless if somebody's gonna do anything with you.
New day, new lucky dice. I'm gonna roll that one more time.
Yeah, and I will say, you don't. It's not a disadvantage or anything because you understand the language because you cracked the cipher earlier. So
Yeah.
like all the words translate and everything.
That's a wasted lucky. My first total is 7.
The
Oh,
lucky
7.
one was
Okay.
worse.
The lucky was a nat 1.
Yeah, Al, this is material that you only really basically have only just started to understand, and your interpretation and understanding of transportation and travel is vastly different than this. This is theoretical. This is formulated. This is,
Perfect.
you know, this is like, you're looking instead like you're trying to read sheet music, but it's not sheet music. It's like, what is this? It is, yeah.
Spot on. I was gonna say, I think Al kind of like poorly reverse engineered some stuff, but he's more got like a feel for it than any kind of know how it actually works. So there's a lot of like, oh, by this theorem, and you're like, what? And it's just
So
like all
that
these
being
fundamental
said,
concepts, and he has no clue what that means.
yeah. So that being said, you can still find what you're looking in here. It's just that 7 means it's going to take you the better part of a long time. That's all I can say. It's going to take a while to find stuff.
Al's got
So,
half his quiche finished. He's got one hand to his forehead. He's like, what the? Magnus deck? Are they in blank notebooks? I need to draw some. I need to take some notes on this. I don't know what the hell's going on. Will Quilly listen to me? Quilly, can I get your help too?
Oh yeah,
Are you
Quilly.
busy doing Quilly things, Quilly? Going on adventures?
uh, Quilly, you're inciting Quilly. Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
This is something I'm much better at.
Well,
22.
okay.
Quilly, I
Okay.
beckon for your
Not bad.
assistance. Your professionalism.
Quilly,
Your dictation.
you'll see. Yeah, you'll see that Quilly, is still being, bound to Rock. You'll see it kind of floats up and it kind of looks at Rock, who's like passed out in
Uh.
carb coma still. I'm making it easy since CJ is super busy. So CJ, you just let me know when you want to be awake and participating, because I know you're busy on your end.
I currently have gremlins.
Fair.
Sleeping
Yeah,
rock
no.
is a good idea.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, carb coma, Rock is quick look. You can see Al. You see Quilly kind of float up, and if Quilly had eyes, it like looks over Olokun and it's like. And it kind of gives it if you can imagine it shrugs, it just flies over to you.
Okay.
It's
Thanks. Thanks for lending a hand, a feather. Thank you, Quilly.
Which, by the way, Kyle.
Feather, it just kind of shakes. You see the beautiful.
Kyle,
Graceful as ever.
Olokun is the name that Rock is going by for now because he doesn't like that other name. What?
Right. New name.
Olokun. It's actually in the roll 20 chat.
Olokun. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look.
Yeah, because
Thank you,
I
Cielo.
think you picked up on this, Karos, but if you didn't, so Rock, ROQUE was short for rocket. And then
Yeah,
Rock does not
remember
like
that.
that.
Element reveal. Told us the spelling. We're like, wait a minute.
It's in front of you guys all the
This
time.
is so good.
Just calm stone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Whoa, I lost my map. What happened here? Roll 20 is being super weird. I gotta refresh. So yeah, so Quilly's kind of hovering about.
And I think I asked, "Hey Magnus, is there like a blank notebook or some loose paper? I need to take notes and put this in my own language I can understand."
Oh yeah, Magnus will be like, of course. And do you like vellum? Do you like paper from name a couple trees? Do you like silk and cloth? You know, it gives you options of writing mediums.
Uh, uh,
Enchanted, unenchanted.
that one tree sounded, was it cedar? Did you say that? Yeah, let's go for that. Give that a try.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
look at Davis like, you
not
can
a
do
carrot
that?
back.
You don't. I mean, vellum's for like maps and
Yeah,
stuff that
he'll do
needs
the
to
thing again.
be harder, more hardy and stuff. You just whatever paper's fine.
Oh,
So you'll see his big body go stone again, and then another one will come up, and this time it's like this impish body, just kind of small, very round, bulbous belly with two little spuddy little horns. Running away. Here you go. Oh, my
Thank you,
voice
thank
is
you.
weird in this form. God. Yeah. I'm going back to. I go run it back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's what I sound like.
Then he kind of comes back. Oh, this is so much better. That is not a Magnus body. That is a only if needed to be used body. Okay.
Okay. So the
Oh,
paper
alright.
gremlin is last resort. Gotcha.
Tip
Thank you for the
tip,
stack. Okay, and then yeah, I was gonna lock down and try and focus on that stuff.
All right. Yeah. So you got Quilly helping. Would you roll for Quilly? It was a 22 persuasion.
Yes.
Right. I will take into consideration. I will come back to you here in a little bit. What is everybody else doing? We got Carb Coma. Caden is just, kind of. You'll see that Caden is just kind of walking the various bookshelves and, this naturally just kind of walking around, kind of taking everything back in, being alive again.
Davis was pretty far, like wandering kind of far from Al until he got called over. So now that Al's like back deep in thought, he was just gonna just wander again, kind of check the place out.
Is there anything you would kind of imagine, Davis, or?
No, not really. Well, actually,
Or
I just out of curiosity. So it's like it seems like everything is more like functional. So it's like we see like library stuff. There's like some like sitting / living quarters / maybe even sleeping quarter type stuff. But I'm guessing there's nothing like for like physical exertion or anything. Like there's no like not necessarily like a gym, not to be so
Yeah, understand what you're looking for.
But yeah,
Yeah,
just
you're gonna
anything
spend.
to have
Go
like
ahead
some
and give
sort of
me.
physical fun or enjoyment, because like this is almost as bad as being in the maze, but not quite as bad.
I get you. So for the sake of it, go ahead and give me an investigation check just to see, like, while you're kind of wandering, are you able to kind of find something?
Yeah.
With that being kind of like an emphasis on what you're looking for,
Okay.
something that might allow you to, like,
13.
I don't know, exert yourself in a way. 13. Yeah. So you're kind of wandering the halls. You'll see there are some really bland and boring things. There are some really nice, cool things, but like as far as something you can hit or something you can interact with, you're kind of more worried about breaking things. You're like, that's probably worth a lot. That's probably really old.
And I don't want to mess with the rock stuff.
That's
He's
probably
having
one
a
of
bad time already.
Yeah. So you'll be able to wander and you'll be able to see things. You will see with that, like, there are things that will kind of catch your attention. There are kind of how you guys found feather and talon. There are other like armaments and implements kind of mounted and kind of on display. Some of them are behind cases or inside cages and things like that. But just more interesting to look at, but not necessarily what you're looking for.
Yeah,
So.
I'm mostly just kind of just wandering somewhat aimlessly at this point.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Anything for Karos or Ben or Marb or Cielo?
Karos is trying to craft a very delightful breakfast, but it's kind of one of those things where like you have you'd think it would be easy until you're told that literally everything is at your disposal. So you're like,
Where do
Gotcha.
we
I
begin
could do
then?
that and that, but that wouldn't go very well together. You don't want to get in too much and you'd be full. So he's just really trying
You're
to figure out. He's got a plate
trying
of
to give the
bacon.
cabinet some.
That's as
Gotcha.
far as he's gotten so
You
far,
can't
is a
go
plate of
wrong
bacon.
with a plate of bacon. I like it. Yeah. I like it. That's funny. All right, cool. I like Karos just kind of sitting there and be like, just calculate. But I want a.
Like he's
How
got
much would that weigh?
he's
I'm like
taken some
2
paper too.
ounces of bacon.
Yeah, he's gotten some paper too when Al got his paper, and he's just like writing
Mhm.
down combinations of the things that he hasn't had in a while from traveling. It's like
I love it.
They're
you've got
sitting the
one.
dust together, both equally focused.
Well, you've got a column for the taste, right? So your favorite taste, but then you also have a column of ranking for accessibility. Like when's the next time will you be able to get that? So you got to weigh the two between the two, and then think about how it goes with the other things you're asking for.
So Karos is in analysis
If-
The love with his
paralysis.
wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
If you make anything particularly
I
fragrant,
love
it'll
this.
break Al out of the focus. He'd be like, "Good, well, I don't know what that is, but can you make me one too?"
For the sake of it, Karos, because this is kind of going like down history, right? You're kind of thinking of things. Go ahead and give me a history check.
History check. All right.
Yeah, and just let me know what you roll, because again, I'm not in Foundry.
A food-based history check. Let's go.
Let's see. Oh, same browser, different tab. History. Oh man, that would have
Still
been
okay.
a nat 20 yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh, an 8.
Yeah.
Yep. So a total of 18.
You think it's not bad. Yeah. So yeah, you are very much just because you are overthinking it. You were just in analysis paralysis, and you do come up with some really good ideas. But you just can't. You're essentially, for the sake of it, you were like paralyzed in the situation. Just like, what do I want? I want this. I want this. And every once in a while, you just kind of mind chomp on. And you're like,
Like every
Comforting.
time I
Sure,
take a
okay.
bite, it's like I knock up bacon by like another like tenth of a point.
bacon.
Okay.
It just really goes.
No, and I
well
can
with
only
a
see it
lot of
like
things.
it just does. All right, cool. Anything else from anyone right now, or are we just kind of good to allow the clock to move forward?
Couple
Friggin'
small
aw.
ones.
Uh-huh.
Marb would try to incognito, just try to get a better feel of how to track Cielo, how to know where he's at whenever Cielo is seen.
Okay.
Just try to study him a little bit, just so he's a little less hidden. I don't know. You guys
Yeah, I got you.
on the plan for the far future, but for now, just study him a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead and because Cielo is my one. His passive stealth is 25, I think.
Okay, so that'd be
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a survival check, Barb.
it was almost would have been one short anyway. 14. Where'd he go?
14.
Yeah.
Got it. No, just trying to study him, how quickly he's able to pick up on his tendencies and stuff. It turns out that part of the thing that makes Cielo difficult to like follow and track is that he doesn't necessarily repeat his patterns, or he has enough movement options in ways that it's almost, it would like mixed or confused with something that's erratic. But Cielo knows what he's doing. He's just
Damn,
make sure
it's
he's
just
not
second nature to
inconsistent.
him.
Track. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
So it's just like you can figure it out after a while, but Marv's like, oh god, this is gonna take a while. Ugh.
Ah. What is this? What is this shit? Ah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
gonna focus on
exactly.
that. And then
That
one
Weskerly
more.
weapon.
Oh, I'm gonna find him.
We went it.
One
All
more
right.
small one.
Go ahead. Yes.
I got a Lulun. I think she'd sit next to Al like a really bored dog for like 20-30 minutes and eventually be like,
Oh.
well, I'm gonna go find something better to do. And she'd probably start wandering the halls like
No,
Davis.
We're gonna run into each other and be like,
yeah,
oh,
every
hey,
once in
what's
a
up?
while.
Lulu?"
Yeah. One will be like entering the doorway, the other will be trying to leave, like,
Oh,
oh, sorry,
yeah.
after you.
No, but after you.
And she'll
No, after
she'll
you.
kind of like step aside. She'll like tilt her head like, no, after you. Yeah.
Aw. So yeah, after like 20, 30 minutes of like kind of once in a while like nudging her nose into your lap, trying to get your attention, like she kind of wanders off.
He'll
Like,
pet
this
the
is
first couple
Davis.
times,
How's
but then
it,
he's
right?
too locked in. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
Ben,
I love that.
if I may,
Mm-hmm.
since he has telepathic bond and
Mhm.
he has someone who has had close personal contact with a god, maybe, probably ask Caden what
Sure.
like about his interactions like with the mentor and like what's that like and how did you get to be so like close to deities such as her.
Well, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, and we'll see how forthcoming Caden will be. It's not too difficult of a DC because you guys are friends. So,
Well, he will guidance himself before he goes to do it, just to just
So
really
really?
wants to know. All right. Oh, let's go! Natural 20 for a total of 21.
nice. Okay.
One second, I'll get the button.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Okay. Caden will say, of course. Here, let's. This. So let's take a seat and let's get comfortable. And so, I think it's not anything to say that I'm not much of a religious individual. I never really truly was, especially not in my childhood. I recall many people in the slums still trying to find comfort in some sort of belief that there is something watching over them, but there was also just as many individuals that said, of course, the gods have just forgotten us and forsaken us and don't care about our lives. And I tended to be in the latter half, especially growing up. Then running into Zygmunt and then Rocket again drove us even further into the path of just pretty much useless. However, yes, what happened was after Zygmunt fundamentally exhausted himself with the strain of the miracle that he was able to achieve, he imparted with me some understanding and some knowledge that there were other individuals, other entities that were capable of great things, had understanding beyond his or of a different ilk. And that is how I was introduced to the Killers, the White Duke himself. And under his tutelage, he was able to show me that magic and wisdom and understanding and knowledge and all these things come essentially from a similar place. And because I had put so much devotion into my apprenticeship and then becoming a mage, a wizard, a minor miracle worker, he was able to open my eyes and kind of blend it to um, open my eyes to how it was fundamental to existence. So, while there is an entity, that more perfectly represents magic, the arcane. The mentor represented that the pursuit of the knowledge, the pursuit of the understanding, taking what we found and giving it form, and something as simple as a tome or a scroll. And that was where I started to understand that there can be belief. We had belief, in fact, in something, and they happened to represent that belief. And while I've never truly had a proper of something so great, it did. My interactions with one of her pupils, the White Duke, opened up my eyes and my mind and my understanding that they are there.
Kyle,
They
we
are
can hear you chewing.
participating.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It's all good.
I mean, it is very appropriate because like get your popcorn ready, but yeah.
It is. Yeah, Ben's just munching. Yeah.
Same, yeah.
Yeah,
Roast
okay,
bacon.
good going. Yeah,
Oh,
good,
roast
good.
Like I did
food
fine.
bacon.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah, you're working
my-
on your food too, so.
my yeah. He's like popcorn and bacon. Yes.
Ah, the combinations are endless.
Bacon flavored popcorn. Yes.
No, I need to get back on
And-
breakfast. We're still on breakfast. I can't expand this into brunch.
What about
One
seventh
thing at a time.
breakfast?
And bacon goes up another. Yeah, and bacon continues to rise up the point ladder.
Yeah, it's
No,
dangerously
the white.
close to perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, he will mention the astrolith. Sorry, that I was trying to remember their name. The astrolith is the neutral deity of the magics,
Magic. Yeah.
the arcanes. Yeah. That the mentor represents that like actual grasping that knowledge and writing it down, sharing it, making it digestible for yourself, but also for others. And that's where he found some degree of belief and some faith, and the White Duke instilled him with that understanding and that promise. There is something greater that will always um like will guide individuals that wish to seek knowledge, to wish to seek understanding to that. Because if it's really something that is like that runs true to your very soul and to your core, you'll be naturally guided to it or naturally pulled towards that direction. And Caden will say, yeah, it is something that I found. It is something that I was able to discuss with one of the most profound representations of the mentor's teachings and the White Duke. However, their approach to it was different than my own. It was one of joy and expression and laughter, and they were a joyful warrior type, but they still sought understanding. They still sought knowledge. They still sought to protect individuals from the unknown. And I found common ground, and while Zygmunt will forever be my original master, and I will forever be his apprentice. White Duke very much filled that role while Zygmunt was in his weakened state. And as to faith and belief, and in a way I do not consider myself a priest or a cleric. I will always be a mage, but I will forever cherish that understanding. As far as direct interactions, I vaguely recall the pact that I made with the mentor. But frankly, that was just my ability to understand their tenets, and in a way, if I may be so brash, use what Zygmunt had taught me previously through his attempts to solidify the Hendecolite. I leaned back on my old teachings on how to, well, trick a god, trap a god in a loop. They presented it in such a way that my friend was perhaps the purest example of their tenants, though, in a moralist way. It worked.
Wow.
I don't remember much of the conversation.
Well, whether or not you consider yourself a cleric, this has all been in obviously mental speech.
Mm.
Whether or not you consider yourself a cleric, because it sounds like you don't, I would say that the fact that you shepherded what essentially amounts to a experiment or trial of the mentor in Rock kind of makes you, a cleric of their work. I mean, it's more or less what your existence has been dedicated to, is sort of shepherding that through its paces, right?
Yes, and for someone that is so cladded in sunlight as yourself, you wear it literally on you. I can see.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
it's
That
not a
means a lot.
secret.
No, and it is admirable to have such devotion and pride to something.
I mean, your devotion, well, again, whether intentional or not, is apparent and also admirable.
Even was a sufficient answering to your questions, and
Well,
I can imagine them kind of going back and forth.
I do have one
But
more
go ahead.
question
Yeah.
that I would like to roleplay. You mentioned this White Duke, I believe in the past tense. Are they no longer around? I mean, this was some time
Well,
ago, I believe.
I mentioned in such a way, yes, in a way that I have not interacted with them since my demise, or
So you don't know.
however we wish to say it. I am uncertain. They are someone that has lasted through time, as I understand. So I would imagine that they are, I like to think, out there still. So, eventually I believe time does catch up to all of us.
So what's
I hope that if they are on this plane of existence, I would hope that you do meet them, though.
That would be great.
What was I thinking? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I would imagine actually, if I have to be frank, I'm not always able. While I was in the form of the book, I was not necessarily conscious. There was times I was able to get a fuzzy little glimpse or a feeling of my surroundings. I am fully aware that you are working hand in hand with the Unveilers. They were headmaster, so
Oh,
perhaps
okay. We will.
that will allow you
Yeah.
some throughput. And if you have uh, strong enough trust, perhaps they will, with the Unveilers, they will give you some information on where you could find it.
Actually, and so Ben will go ahead and just describe Yorn. Butcher Yorn. It's like, this White Duke, do they look like this?
No, no.
Oh, okay. Well,
No,
the
no,
current
not quite.
headmaster is that's what the current headmaster. I was just making sure.
Well, interesting. Very well. Well, if there is a different headmaster now,
Oh wait, no, sorry. Yeah, no, Yorn is the
that would
headmaster, right?
indicate that.
Ofuma is something else.
No. That's funny. No, so he's the head.
Who's the Lyceum,
I
none
don't
of the
remember the title.
Unveilers.
Yes, exactly. He's the essentially the head, the top of the museum, not the museum, the College of Fascinations and the Lyceums
Okay. Sorry, then
district.
he would have remembered that. He would have done
Yeah.
Ofuma instead.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. No, but I wouldn't mind if it was confused. He's like, oh no.
Oh, right, sorry. No,
Oh,
he went by headmaster, different title, but the actual head of the Unveilers is and then male Camry, describing Ofuma.
Yeah, he's like, no, not quite. But I do believe, if I recall, they represent the regional head,
Oh, okay.
regional master, based on what I recall from your interactions with them. So this would be someone above them.
Wow, okay.
The Unveilers are a worldwide, widespread organization.
And if
Oh.
not ancient, at least very long standing, it seems.
Yes, very much.
Okay.
So they have, they, they as an organization have forgotten more than the world has actually known.
That's an interesting way to put it.
It's so,
I'm just gonna let you guys know. There's just so I'm gonna. I was trying to listen, but
Okay.
understood.
so I'm just gonna go play with an instead.
Okay.
All right, man.
Good luck. Have fun.
Take care, guys.
Okay.
Now that he's gone. No, I'm just kidding.
Party,
Gank
party.
him, jump. Right.
I'm drawing his face.
I did not expect that to go down. That was fun. I didn't have to expect to go down Caden's memory lane. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
I
right.
think it makes sense.
Does
I mean, I
anyone
don't know
have
really
anything-
Ben's backstory or anything like that, but, you know, like, someone with proximity to a deity would be compelling to any cleric, I would assume.
Well, especially Ben really doesn't have any physical contact with his deity, so yeah, that's
Right.
pretty cool. Good play.
In Foundry, where is Rock?
Is his tile, is his thing not out? I mean, I can drag
You guys
him.
were grouped together originally.
Yeah, maybe he got deleted, but I can drag him back out.
Yeah.
Whee! There he is.
Thank you.
Well, if you need to as well. Okay. So anything else from you guys right now? Time continue to kind of march forward.
March.
Paros, you have successfully found at least one other compliment to go with your bacon. I can give you that. You don't have to announce it. There's something there. You're pretty happy with your choice.
Success.
Davis, as you're kind of wandering, at some point, Marb will kind of, join you.
Can Lulu be
But
there
you'll
too?
see that, like, when Marb's walking with you. Yeah. There's like a little.
Everybody's just bored waiting
But
for
you
Al
have
to
time.
finish.
She's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
But
Bathroom's over there.
what's different with Marb is that, like, yeah. Well, what's different with Marb is every once in a while he'll just like straight up stop and get distracted and like actually grab something and start like flipping through it and reading it. And then you'll hear the book close and then he'll like run up and catch up to you eventually. Like he'll find you again, Davis. And he's like, Marb is not as bored as you. He's got high intelligence, so he likes to
It
kind of.
is so bizarre to see someone with a blindfold on leaping through a book.
Yeah.
I'm not used
He
to
still
it.
sees. I know, it's weird. Yeah. It's a very strange visual. Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
Blindfold and all, can read a book like it's no problem.
She's like, I see. It's like, do
Yeah,
you?
like I expect you to be like rubbing your fingers along the page to try and, but nope.
Oh. Straight up to you. He's like, honestly, Davis, I don't even really remember that I don't have eyes. Like at this point, it's just I see.
Like while he's speaking, I'm subconsciously like holding up a hand with like 4 fingers on it to see, and then like changing it like every 30 seconds to see if he like reacts to it. Like 4, 2.
So he'll be like mid conversation. Davis, like honestly, I see it. It's 4. Okay, it's 1.
Damn,
But honestly,
that's
like I
so
don't know.
weird.
I can like
Okay.
I just see
I know, but
7.
Wait,
like-
7? No.
Yeah, you tried to sneak in the second hand. I saw you.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah, it's just so weird.
Luna's nodding.
Davis is the dumbest guy in this
Stealing
room right
the show
now.
right now.
Actually, doesn't Lunlun have a 10 intelligence, I think?
Yeah, I think she does. I think.
Oh, she's
Think.
6.
Oh, 6 now,
Think.
damn.
I was
It's a-
no.
I need to
Okay.
double check that because I know familiars get.
Well, yeah,
No, it might
isn't she
be.
still level 8 form, which I know doesn't change her intelligence, but like...
She is. She's.
Oh, nice. So
She's-
she's like
she's-
58
she's-
hit points or some shit.
Yeah, 65.
Jesus.
Add her a lot of hit die to heal her after the nap.
That's almost as many as Cielo.
Well,
Well,
if she was a summon, she would have like what 3 or 4 attacks at this level because there's 8 level spell slot. But she's different. All right. That all being said, okay. Moving forward, Al, you're trying to do that, and because you persuade Quilly, Quilly will kind of be in your presence. Go ahead and give me another investigation check with advantage, because Quilly is going to be kind of trying to make you go because faster.
Also, we have 4 group inspirations to burn whenever we want. Don't forget.
good to know. Thank you,
Mm.
thank you.
Oh, nice.
Quilly just keeps tapping double 18s.
nice.
Total 21. I get
One,
distracted. Quilly like tap on the obvious spot. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. So Quilly's
yeah.
like,
So basically,
focus.
your persuasion check lets you get another attempt at trying to go faster. So yeah, as you're getting led by the entity known as Quilly, you do flip, and in this tome, you're not able to absorb all this information because you're just trying to find something that would make sense of what you guys are trying to understand here. Magnus lets you into his tower because he was bored and he saw adventures and he saw good people and he saw like there's a chance to have something happen here, right? He's not here to help you, but now that you guys have told him like this is what you're doing, you are kind of reinvigorated, and now there's a little bit of an investment because shit's weird outside the tower. So therefore, Magnus is concerned. Quilly is dedicated to you guys. It's tied with Roque, and as you're kind of digging through and trying to find threads of information or things that might kind of lead you to understand like what is going on. Is our idea that portal room might be what's causing this issue? Are there actual tears or bleeds? You stumble on a section that quite literally is dedicated to when realms bleed into each other, or how to take best use of adjacent realms. Something that quickly is that the realm that is just kind of known as like the realm of chaos, the chaotic realms, this or that. It's the farthest realm from the material plane. So that that the here between, aka the ethereal, is like right next to it. Like it's almost like transposed on top of it, right? The Feybines and the unformed maze are relatively close because just of the proximity, dead to the maze. Why do they need to go so far away? They might as well just travel shortly. And the Feybines kind of represent nature and the emotions and all that, so it's pretty close because people deal with that. Then you kind of would almost surmise, though not confirm, like the elemental planes are probably close because you deal with the elements all the time. And then other planes and other planes. The chaos plane is super far away because chaos does bleed into existence because there is RNG, right, as we like to say it. There is some chaotic elements in existence, but there is an order to existence. There is an order to structure. Things grow in a certain way. Humanoids tend to have 2 arms and 2 legs, 2 eyeballs, be symmetrical. Again, order. Chaos is out. However, as you're kind of researching, everything that you're kind of seeing and implementing is like, this is what you're seeing is like influences of chaos kind of bleeding through, which based on the proximity and the distances is bad because like as far away from normal as you can get is chaos, and it is kind of coming here. But that's at least something that you kind of pick up on reading. Now, going into the bleeds and the tears, can you give me it would either be your choice. Well, it'd be your choice of an Arcana check because it deals with planers, or it would be a continued. I don't want to necessarily make you do 2 intelligence checks. So give me a sec. Arcana, go through that. Investigations, intelligence. It's kind of hard to go away from there. Yeah, just go ahead and give me an Arcana. Let's just do Arcana. However, Quilly is assisting you, so you can still do it at advantage.
Ho ho! Do I know magic? The answer may surprise
Kinda.
you. Oh, 18. It's a good day.
The same, 18 again.
Mhm.
Good. Yeah, so you'll find some portions of like they talk about like when things bleed. Like I said, you found the section. So like some planes naturally will kind of just bleed together or blend together at times, just based on um, positioning of the two moons, strange activities on either side of existence that might actually, allow the influence to bleed over to another plane. But like, strong magic might be able to do this, or a catastrophic event might cause something to like allow it to bleed over. But it also says like what happens, like what can go wrong and cause a bleed. And one that you'll be able to find with an 18 is, the concept of ripping a hole into reality. Eventually, that hole has to go somewhere. Unintentional rips, while they might be like a hole might be pointing to something close. If you rip it too much, it might now rip to something new and maybe make a connection elsewhere. So that's kind of like the concept. So kind of understanding that, yeah, these portals here had little teeny tiny holes that ripped to another part on the same plane of existence. You amplify the amount of power, you amplify the amount of magic or whatever in the area, and it might rip that tear deeper, farther, and connect somewhere else. So yeah, it's looking likely that there is some information about unintentionally connecting somewhere else or causing a tear somewhere else. Bleeds are like where, and you'll understand the difference, and I may mix this up that bleeds are kind of like where they kind of come together and they just both bleed over into each other, right? Like two watercolors. A tear is kind of like a forced hole to connect somewhere else. Kind of makes sense, I believe. So you guys are actually dealing with tears, looks like.
Okay. Sorry. Bleeds are where the planes come together, share a little bit with each other. Tears are.
Yeah, so like two watercolors mixing. Yeah. And a tear is like when there's just like a aggressive kind of like almost like a window into the other side, right? Like
And it tends to be more one directional.
well, it tends to have one. Yeah, it tends to have maybe one have a greater influence over the other. You're not one directional, but just how it works out.
Cool. Okay. Okay. But they were still influenced. They were still influenced by the Mad Titan too. Gets into that point. That was mostly red. Hags didn't know.
I don't think Red had anything to do with the Mad Titan.
I thought he had some influence. Was he just crazy?
He was just all the bad things of
No,
Rocket.
you kind of, but yeah, Al, go ahead if you want to. Go ahead and. Thought I told you. This is where I need to remember all the things I told you.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
looking
no,
at my notes.
I will.
Wasn't it
Yeah,
that
I will.
maybe he made a deal or like his own
Okay, cool. Oh, then I did mention it.
madness
Yep,
over
good job,
time?
Carlos. Yeah.
Yeah, madness over
So,
time
yeah, what?
maybe caused him to lean towards or be called upon or answer a call or
Red,
we don't know how it happened.
red magic in
Yes,
touch with the
exactly.
Mad Titan, causing a lot of this nonsense.
Mhm.
He's likely akin to being a herald of the Mad Titan. His physical form with the red
Okay,
wings in
cool.
a
Yeah, so I can tell you
bottle.
guys.
Caneloth. Yeah. Okay.
Good job taking that. So yes, so actually what Carl said is kind of spot on. So yes,
Mhm.
so separated and then contained and imprisoned.
Right.
Yes, he, as Davis, you said, represented it like unchecked ambition, super egotistical, even narcissistic. You know, like me, I am the best. I am, you know,
Yeah, no humility, no understanding of consequences, etc.
no humility. Exactly. But he was in prison. And with that imprisonment, as Carlos mentioned, there became this like kind of spiral into madness because he literally, you know, couldn't do much. He was contained. He was, you know, restricted, and it did cause this snapshot, this flawed snapshots of Rocket's psyche to spiral into actual madness. And being someone that was so, an entity that was so magically inclined and influential, it did manage to reach and garner the attention of the Mad Titan itself. And the Mad Titan influenced Red, and Red was able to then use the Mad Titan's kind of like boons and blessings in a way to then extend his reach out of the prison, which was that extra dimensional space carved in the ethereal here between, and then begin to manipulate and control and change the perceptions of the hags, getting the Coven of Covens to follow Red's plan, because Red was still fucking smart, he was just insane. And then that's where the Covens were twisted and manipulated, thinking they were doing something for that, they were really doing for the Mad Titan, yada yada, blah blah blah, and then this all spiraled out of control. So yes, so I will tell you, just as you guys are kind of communicating, and Al is kind of delving, because you guys took some good notes. So Al, the bleeds are very much connected to the realm of chaos, Mad Titan's realm. I will give you the depiction of the battle that you saw, just to kind of give you some clarity. That actually, now that you kind of gone back and forth and you see that chaos is like the furthest realm, and you kind of you bookmark that page and kind of flip back to it. That kind of represented that little fuzzy ball that was around. That represents like the greater portion of existence, right? Your universe. The very outside of it is this fuzzy cloud, this realm of mad chaos. It literally works like a firewall. It is just this protective shell. It has a purpose. It is there to keep anything that is not from this existence out. It is like the ultimate layer of defense. As dangerous, it is like defense that goes unchecked. It will kill anything. Doesn't matter if it's meant to protect it. If you go there, it'll kill you, or it'll destroy you, or it'll warp you. It leads to further questions of what's beyond our existence, maybe. But that's for a whole other delve in that. But literally, the realm of chaos is like the final layer of defense, or either the final layer of defense or the first layer of defense, depending on what perspective you're looking at it. It just surrounds the entirety of you all's existence, and it just is meant to keep anything from getting into your existence. I just laid hits that it's multi-universal. I would. So, does it make sense?
Wild.
Yeah. You just don't let me write stories. It gets bad.
Blame
I don't know how
CJ.
long I was muted. I've been making noises.
Wild and crazy guy.
So,
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
so
okay.
what that means is you guys are literally connected to a realm that is designed to kill or destroy, eliminate, neutralize everything.
Sure would
It
suck if
says
that
we,
somehow got connected to this one.
Yeah, that'd be pretty. Would be a good time now.
So, on a little fun thing, just a little world building thing, it's a good way to justify having a true chaotic evil god, right? Like, they have a job.
He's just doing his job.
So-
You can't blame the guy.
yeah.
Oh. So, yeah, guys, feels like there's a tear and stuff beyond our existence and comprehension's bleeding in, obviously, and shouldn't be doing that. So, I'm gonna flip back to a few sections. How do we stop this? Is there a section on fixing tears?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me investigation check because now you're trying to search through it. Again, Quilly's with you. So,
Danke.
and if you guys want to interject or help or do anything, just let me know. Otherwise, we are going down Tear Alley right now.
My favorite.
Totally.
That
Actually,
is
it's 11. Let me go ahead. What was the roll?
total 17.
Pretty consistent. 18, 17, something around that.
Okay.
Those of you that are kind of within proximity of Al will see that he's kind of like more frantically flipping through pages and like heavily turning, putting his hand down, looking, kind of
Sweating.
Nope. Okay, flip it.
Karos is enjoying his bacon treats, and he'll just hear like, oh no.
Nani?
No.
So,
He's
however,
like, don't.
before we get to
Carlos
that,
is like, don't worry, I almost got it.
You're what? Can you make some extra for me? I'm kind of going through a thing right now. I could use something to bring it back.
You're a stress eater.
Thanks.
this kind of works. This kind of works out since I have 3 of y'all. Can I get each of you to roll me just d20s?
Sure. I rolled
Yeah,
a 7.
All right, 7.
20.
Got it.
7.
20. Oh, not 20. Okay.
Naturally.
7, 7, 20. Okay.
Why'd you roll
Nice.
for me?
Yeah, sorry. Why did Lulun roll for you?
7. And then Al also rolled a 7, I guess.
Yeah, that's me.
It's adorable. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so 7, 7, and 20. I will keep that in mind. So 34 total, but one of them is an after 20. Got it.
That's how many hours
So I
it
gotta
takes.
ask you guys though. Now, so Al, as you're kind of going through and flipping, trying to frantically find solutions to this, with the 17, you do see that there have been. This is also like there are tales, and, it is written in a way that it is educational. It is in a way to guide people to solutions, and there are different solutions into closing tears. But also, the most simple one that seems to be given is time. But as far as like how long, you see that there's arguments on, is there a way to determine how much time it will take, or is there a sure way to understand that's all up in the air. Like time is a solution, but how long? And you realize kind of reading it, like one of the things is time isn't a relevant solution because it can be 1 second or it can be more than 1,000,000 years. If we don't know, then why is time a solution? We must find a better, an answer to this.
Okay, somebody's
So
being
you're kind of
reasonable.
flipping through. Yeah. So you're kind of flipping through, and there's, there are approaches that say perhaps directly interacting with the tear, maybe traveling to the other side to see if there is a source that is keeping the tear open, because something has to keep it, from closing. So if there's something that you cannot obviously tell from your side that is keeping the tear, the wound in reality from mending itself, maybe there's something on the other side that's keeping the wound open and allowing their influence to cross.
Al
Uh,
is sweating bullets reading that. Is it mostly just a theory, or are there any excerpts about people having tried that?
yeah, no, there are. You'll see that there are experiments where people on this reality, were able to keep tears. We're able to keep tears open and contain and and you'll see they'll depict it. Essentially, it's like a controlled environment, and you'll see like a depiction of like this large, and in the center of the temple there seems to be, practitioners of the arcane, and they're able to sustain a tear by imparting their influence on the tear, and it just keeps it perpetually open. And one of these references is directly to the elemental plane of decay, for example, where the material plane, a group here on the material plane was able to forcibly keep the material, a tear open material plane of decay.
Like maybe that place that we were at.
The choke?
Choke's pretty bad. Plane of decay.
Maybe.
I guess hot. I don't know.
Playing a bad time. Right. Okay.
There. Yeah. So yes, so Al, you do find confirmation that yes, there are people that have confirmed that way to keep a tear open, and we've, there's recordings of individuals on this existence that were very long ago, because this looks like an old book, that have achieved this.
And yeah, like I said, we saw it at the choke.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
I was still derailing Cars' bacon enjoyment time. Can't believe this. This can't be the only way. No.
Comfort bacon.
Oh, is that bacon? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, here you go.
Hell yeah.
If you're chomping on some bacon, Magnus will kind of go up to you, Al.
Can't be the
So-
only way out
so-
of this shit.
Okay, all right, no, but seriously, you gave me a really cool name, and I'm starting to feel really worried because you are sweating profusely, and that's usually a bad sign with soft, squishy folk like you. Um, do I need to be worried about the room that I cannot feel inside of me, dude? Like, dude, be straight with me. Do I have some sort of cancer or something?
out of character. The first room we saw in this tower 100 sessions ago was a circular room, I believe, with
Okay.
a bunch of different teleport spaces in it. We have not found that room yet.
Yeah, so no. Yeah, and that's where the construction of towers having, magical foundations can also be kind of goofy. Technically, first room in the tower that you guys found was Zarya's stronghold. That was the bottom of the tower.
Right.
Because while the tower did not stand very high in the skyline, it was also built down.
Right. So where the
So
battle ensued
the
was
sewer,
part of the tower.
so the
Okay.
sewer built in, the waterworks and the sewer built into the tower unintentionally. And then that's where your platform was. That was the first room that you guys went. And then when you left via the upper entry, I guess you would say, right?
Right.
You ended up in that circular room.
But in our visit here, we have not seen that room yet.
No, you've seen just this large, expansing room that on the exterior seems to represent where some of the windows and
Yeah, we lost
you
you for a
guys
second.
literally yellow came through a. Oh, I said. Oh, sorry. A large, expansing room, which is like the library, living room, laboratory, all this put together. That seems to correlate where like the windows would be, because that's where Cielo got you guys in. He got to the balcony, and you guys went in through the balcony.
Right.
So that's kind of the spatial that you're correlated with.
And last question is the room that Magnus can't detect what's inside of. Is that towards the basement? Is that lower in the tower?
It's with you guys.
Sorry, say again.
It's above you guys, above, because
Above.
it's if you see the
Oh.
picture, it's this thing right here, this thing right here, where he tells you don't
Okay.
open it
Oh, yes,
because I can't feel it.
that's the splice view. My bad, I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah. So, though, do you verbalize this, or what? Are you just asking me?
I was trying to recall, but we didn't know about the
Okay.
location within the tower. But then Magnus asked if he had a cancer within him. I I don't know. I don't know for certain yet. The room
All right.
where he teleport is
Oh.
probably dangerous.
Uh-huh.
Very dangerous.
It's so okay. All right.
Do you have knowledge of
Okay.
where that room is, or is that?
Teleport. That's okay. You're talking about the room, the Nexus, the little Nexus room, and that's going to be above. That's the room above.
Do you,
All right.
do you have
I get the sense that
visibility
you're
into
not
that
understanding
room?
the layout of my town.
It's a
No,
little, it's
that's
spinning
the
a little
that's
bit, and
the room.
I was examining while we were outside, so I think I got myself
Okay.
mixed up. Sorry about that.
No, and this is the beauty of this is the beauty of me, the greatest tower ever created. I don't have cancer. I'm going to be okay. My name is Magnus. I am Magnus the Magnus. Okay, so
Pat him on the shoulder. You got this. You got this.
this, he leans down. So you can actually reach his shoulder. He's huge. He's um, so,
Thank you,
he'll
Magnus.
this is a fun trick that we like to do with apparently mages like to do with mage towers. The architecture does not line up to the visuals. The the top of that leads to the he'll kind of draw you like a map to kind of help you understand because I know it doesn't make physically sense and this is why it was confusing when I created it. So the bottom where you guys went in with Zarya is the bottom of the tower. The room the door that you went into leads to the mage room, the teleportation room. And
Okay.
Magnus will essentially explain to it every room has that same door that leads to the teleportation room. So it's not physically like you're going up and through. You literally are shunted there within the tower.
Okay.
There
Okay.
was other ways to get out. That's the door. So yeah, the very bottom still has a door that leads to the very top. This room has a door that leads to the same very top.
I forgot
The
about that.
room in here leads.
It was a bit of a trap
Yeah.
door when we came from Zarya's place, right? But it was still a door nonetheless. Okay.
And it's just a design within the room so that he could at any point go to the top of the room to teleport.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't architecturally make sense. It just magically makes sense. They all go there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is. Yeah. That's how that works. So yeah, that's my. Seriously, it's like I don't know how to explain it other than it's like your arm falls asleep. You know it's there. You can see it's there, but you can't move it. You can't feel it. I like it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, appreciate the map. I think we'll have to take a look pretty soon.
Okay. Well, if you feel you're prepared, I will say one other thing. I don't have a form in there, so it's kind of to avoid this weird situation where I might be able to go into another realm while still being in the tower. So there's no gargoyle for me to go in there with you.
Gotcha.
Sorry. I'm great and everything, but there was still sand. Rocket made sure that there were ways that I couldn't break the contract.
Right, right. No, that does make sense. Well, can you at least
Yeah.
when we do go in, you can keep an eye on the door at least?
Oh, I am going to slam that door shut behind you.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
And no matter of you knocking or saying, please, please, please let me in, just go and get me to open that door.
Wait a minute. How do we have a secret password or something? Like, how about I'm gonna point to Carb Coma in the corner. What if it's his voice?
I hate you. You gave me an amazing name, but I hate you.
Big smile.
Okay, that works. What's the password?
I look around the room. I think Karis is the only one there.
Uh,
Should we give him? He's cool. He can have the cool password, right? We'll give him the cool password.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's a yes.
Sorry.
He wants
Bacon
the
what?
password. Do we give him the cool password? Mm, bacon quiche.
Oh, bacon quiche. Yeah, I forgot. I had forgotten about the quiche
Or-
from earlier.
Or do we do Bacomancer? I'll discuss it with I paste things and I can't find them later. Olakun. We'll have to discuss with Olakun as well.
Mhm.
We'll say the password's bacon quiche for now.
Bacon quiche. Okay, I might not remember that. I gotta write that down somewhere. That's not the password I suspect.
Surprise. We made a new one. Just for
Well, if it's a
diners.
password that you expect, it's a bad password. Duh.
Alright, bacon quiche. Okay. Hacker's gonna come in here, see this.
Yeah.
Oh, they put their password. Look at try putting bacon quiche into everything.
I'm stealing all your accounts.
Yeah.
Knock on quiche.
I
That's
tried
funny.
every site and all I got was MySpace. Damn it. What do I do with this?
Alright.
You can
Alright.
I'll write down that's only between Al, Karos, Magnus for now. That needs to be shared.
You guys are all telepathically bonded.
True.
Just from across the wizard tower. Ah, bacon
You
quiche?
forgot.
Bacon quiche. Yes,
You-
bacon quiche. Oh, so they
Wait,
can
are
hear
you-
the, oh god, oh jeez, oh no.
Yeah, Davis, what about bacon quiche? What?
Don't worry, bacon quiche. It's how we'll be saved when everything goes off the rails.
That's like you hear that across the bond. If like there's a way to express a thought, a sigh in thought, Davis
there
has
is.
figured it out.
There is. Of course there is. Can you hear yourself sigh in your head? I can. So, yeah, of course. You can express it.
But he's very extra with it, I feel. He's like, okay, I get you.
It's intention. It's not for him. It's for everyone else.
So, I will say just to make it clear. So yeah, the architecture is there's the physical architecture to the tower, and then there's also the magical implementation of the architecture. So one of the magical implementations, like I mentioned, is there's always a door in this tower that will lead from the room that you're in to the top of the tower, which the top of the tower happens to be the teleportation room or the nexus.
Cool.
Just in case that wasn't clear. There are physical rooms and physical hallways. But there's also the
I'm following a lot better now. The top bottom was kind of like, huh, but now that space doesn't have to make sense inside the tower, so I'm following now.
Yep. You're in a room that doesn't make sense. It is massive. It is dozens of times larger than the tower. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Alright. So, I gotta ask. It's 11:20. Do you guys feel like you want to take a break, or do we want to just keep going since we started later today? It's up to you guys.
Good either way.
I'm good to keep going. If you guys just want to keep kind of pushing through.
Yes, keep
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
Keep going. Okay. All right. So what's the next thing that you guys wanted to do? It did take Al some time to find all this information. You guys are still, like all this is kind of taking its time. Time is flowing. Davis, at one point, because you rolled a 13, if I remember right on your investigation, you do find you actually do find something that does spark your interest. It is a massive map that is just plastered on like a display wall essentially, and it, as far as you can tell, represents the various seaways and channels and the way that the world is connected, though through the perspective of the oceans. If you want to, you can give me a you're basically like your sailor's check. So you give me like your navigator's tool check just to kind of see if you glean anything from it.
Yeah.
You can use You can use your. I'll, for the sake of it's like intrinsic to your character, I'll let you use your charisma because you know it is part of who
Sure.
you are. So.
Okay. 17.
Okay. So it's really cool. It is like to kind of give us like a concept of what the map would kind of look like. To use our ways, the various ways that we draw maps, it kind of represents the depiction of the world as if taken from the North Pole. So
Oh,
like
okay.
kind of how that UN map looks, right? They're kind of
Yeah,
super
yeah.
up flat. And you've never traveled that far, but you actually now get to see that there are land masses, but there is just this quadrant almost of the world that is just vast ocean. You've heard of it. You've seen, you know, it's the big blue, the
Oh, yeah.
northern blue. Yeah, you know, but you've never been there. And kind of visually seeing it on this type of map, and like you kind of see landmass, little things like that, and then you just see this big, expansive patch of just emptiness. Kind of look at it. It kind of distracts you for a little bit. You just
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
no,
see
I'm
your mind,
obsessed.
like, yeah, just kind of imagining what can be out there, you know. And just Davis is kind of having fun with it. And then you kind of are like looking and drifting about, and you see that on the exterior of this map, there's stars and constellations and like depictions of that. And you kind of look at that, and you kind of think about the things that you've kind of learned and saw, and you look at the constellations and you see them initially and they just look like little designs, right? It meant to just be artistic. And then words flash into your head. One is like possibility.
Uh-oh.
Another one is mystery. Another one is adventure. Another one is secrets. And you just start reading all the various, you know, promises.
I'm a
Just
star
things
reader. I'm a
written
star
around.
speaker now, y'all.
Yeah, you're getting better at it.
I'm gonna go find my troll friend, and be like, "Yo, I'm star speaker too."
Yeah. Yeah. Can only be one Highlander. Ah!
I'm going to kick your ass.
The
I
stars
generate.
say no.
You may live,
So yeah.
and I shall take your tongue, for there can be only one star speaker.
Ah.
No, that's
Wee.
so something interesting for you. Yeah. There you go.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. So Marb is just continually getting lost in the pages of certain poems and books, and like looking at shelves, and you hear him kind of. Davis, you'll hear like a shelving display case as he opens it, as he's not supposed to. Looks in and starts grabbing something. Looks around, puts
Yeah,
it back.
I just kind of like Marb's gonna Marb. I'm not gonna stop him from Marbing, but I'll let him know that I'm watching. Like, all right, man.
No, and he's not gonna steal from his friend.
Right.
Just like he just wanted to get a really good look at it. He's like, it's
Like,
cool. Puts it back.
hypothetically, what would it be worth?
Yeah, exactly. You'll see once in a while he'll like open up one of his pockets and just take some random thing that he has, just kind of place it in the display case. It's like a little like like a knotted like a little twisted twine that has like a little bead on it. He just kind of places it there. He just chuckles to himself and closes. Keep going. Yep.
He's like casing the joint
Right,
from the inside while we're welcome here.
Yes. And also tampering with it and putting his own shit to confuse people. That seems like something Marv would do to me. Right. What else? Right, what are you guys doing? I need to kind of know. Let's try to drive something. What's happening?
I mean, how long are we talking about here? Like in terms of what Al's stuff is taking? Because if it's like multiple hours, then
Midwinter.
Davis will like start hovering around me and like, what's going on?
Sure. It would, yeah, it would have taken him initially. It took him quite a while. With Quilly's help, it kind of reduced it down to an hour, to find where he started. And now it's been like maybe another hour of research and him freaking out, going to cars and freaking out and doing this. And so maybe a total of 2 hours since you've wandered off, Davis.
I need more bacon to calm me down.
Wow. I think last time I saw you, I think I thought last time I saw you like this, buddy, was when it was you, Calisor, and was it Hava that were looking over the scrawlings that we found in Deeproot? That was intense. Y'all were all intense.
That was a long session of studying.
Yeah.
Don't. But hey, with Quilly's help, this one was much faster. But
I'll point over
equally
to
as too much.
I'll point over to Roque, but like he's still. Yeah. Okay. He hasn't moved, I assume.
He ate a lot of potatoes.
Okay.
He's gonna be out for a while.
I'll kind of just go over, like, check, make sure he's, like, breathing and stuff. Just kind of, like, basic checks.
Medicine check. Go.
Sure. I get advantage on it today because I have my twisted totem.
Oh
Oh,
no,
nice.
you
I
don't
rolled-
play me.
I rolled 2 12s for a total of 13.
Yeah. Yeah. He's breathing. He's like. Well, there's like crummies of like various starchy components on his,
Yeah.
cheeks and caked onto his lips and everything. But
I
yeah,
imagine he's tucked in, so I probably wouldn't see his cheeks.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Zing.
Not those cheeks.
Zing
Ew.
shade.
Da-da-da-da.
Ew.
I'll just kind of signal to the group, be like, yeah, he's fine. Well, how goes it, bud? It looks, I mean, other than being intense, I assume something.
I think I've really got something going on.
No,
here.
not well. That's good. But I was talking to Al.
You see an array of starch, or not starches, of carb vessels. There's like he's got sandwich. He's got like this wrap. He's got other
Open-faced
things
sandwich,
that I can't
flatbread.
think of. Yeah, like naans, tortillas, breads. It's like-
More like Hot Pocket style.
Love the dedication.
Burritos.
The dedication.
You need the
to
sandwich
this is
alignment
great.
chart.
I fucking love
Well, you see, it's like the portability of the tortilla is king, but you look at the naan, you're gonna get that. It's gonna be buttery. It's gonna be a little charred. You're gonna have some.
Davis looks at you.
I
He's just
know.
like, what?
So
You just ask it what you, or you just kind of think of what you want and it makes it, right?
And Carlos is just like looking forward, and he slowly turns to you.
Shoulders drop. Like,
No, he's like, do you not understand that we are on the brink of creating something here that could revolutionize
So profoundly delicious.
breakfast?
I guess I don't. I'll
Not
be happy to
enough
try it.
cultures- Not enough cultures share, when you get something from someone from somewhere, they give you their version of it. Not enough people take and combine. Everybody wants to keep everything separated because, oh, it was made here, it needs to be used like this. No, you have to transcend these borders. Is there a word? I feel like I've asked this question a long time ago. Is there a word in Materia for that essentially means humanity, but encompasses all of the different
It,
races?
no, yeah, we just kind of go with humanity or human. Yeah, I didn't think of a term
Personhood.
like 'cause it is still yeah, it's still referred to like as a humanoid,
Sure,
right? Like
sure.
Imagine the humans coined that
So.
term. Dirty humans.
You're in the pocket of big human.
Yeah.
You-
No, but like yeah, it's a good question. Like if I could come up like there's not like a I don't have I wish I came up with something snazzy, but no, I don't. know
It's
anything.
hard to think of a term that's
Right.
so ubiquitous because we don't have like humans are humans and everything else is
Yeah.
animalhood
Right.
would be about the next closest thing, but
Yeah.
But by the way,
You know,
during
but
your little
personally,
diatribe
that's
this whole time,
good.
Davis is just like literally jaw slightly hanging open and staring at you like as if he's done something horribly wrong.
he has he'll just walk over and they like just shove something in your mouth and it's like
But-
prototype 112. It's like
Um,
it's bacon bits with hollandaise sauce, um, some sort of like earthy, more Indian spices like your cumins and things. So it's got like a,
oh,
and then he's like, yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bright enough. There's no brightness. He just walks back over.
It's frustrated as hell.
no, it's good. It was good.
Pancakes
Okay.
are good. I'm trying to make something great.
Damn.
It was really good. It was good. It was really good. So, good luck.
I fucking love this. This is amazing. Kara, I'm gonna give you something, and I'll give you a chance. Go ahead and your choice. It can be perception or investigate. Well, let's do perception because you're not actively looking for it. Give me a perception check.
Perception check. Okay.
Yeah.
And remember, we have 4 group inspirations if you really want to.
I burned them all. Quintuples.
Roll
I
5.
18.
Roll 5. Take the low.
I
Take
think-
highest.
Oh, it was on 7 for a second. God,
Use it.
Oh.
Use an
just can't
inspiration if
find.
you
I
want.
can't find it. All right, I'll use it. I'll use an inspiration.
All right, I'll knock the counter down.
Oh. Okay. All right. All right.
This is for greatness.
Oh,
Oh no.
that was
You pulled
worthless.
You pulled an owl.
I saw something. I grabbed it. I was inspired. It was hummus. Hummus has no place here.
God damn it.
Literally throws a dish
Damn
on the
it.
floor.
He just chucks it back into the cabinet, like over his shoulder.
What was I thinking? Ah.
The second roll was a 1, so 15 is still the best.
Highest is 15. Okay, yeah, no. I was gonna try to see if you spot something, but no. Okay, you're too focused on the cultural complexities of the various humanoid.
People are too afraid of being
humanoid
called
talents
cultural
and-
appropriators, and they want to innovate by blending cultures. God damn it!
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. No.
There's a
No.
Venn diagram of flavors out there, and there's the one in the middle, and we're gonna find it. Damn it.
The allspark of spice,
Yeah.
Fruits, vegetables, starches.
which you would think
meats.
should just be allspice because it sounds like it, but it's not.
It's not.
False advertisement.
Allspice is a lie. Yeah, exactly.
5 spice? Way more than that.
All right.
There's a
Here's I'm just fixing it. Go ahead.
does Davis approach Al, or is
Oh yeah, after that, like yeah, I kind of am very confused, and so I just wandered back to Al, and like I'm just kind of like happily munching on what's left of the food that was shoved in my mouth, and be like, man, Carlos was like really working through some stuff over there. Has he been there this whole time?
Yeah, we're learning a lot today. Yeah.
That's wow. Okay.
let's see. Let me go there. Now Al is still pretty focused unless you pull him away or ask him a question.
Nope. Now I'm
What
just
about-
kind of sitting like head in hands on the table, like waiting.
Can can Karos just routinely be like bringing something by and use Al as a taste tester?
I'm not
Oh,
gonna stop that
definitely.
from happening.
He's really worried about getting too full before this is cracked. So yeah, there's definitely little snippets here and
Just-
there.
One bite, throw it away. It's a wizard tower. What are they gonna do about it?
Well, they're all like tiny amounts, so he's like writing down the ratios, and it's really hard because like the smaller it is, you just know
This is the
like
weirdest
he.
tapas joint ever.
This is the weirdest tapas joint ever, indeed.
Maybe a
Okay.
pan.
Okay. Okay, I think we've
Pan
got
with vegetables, eggs on the top, bacon on the sides.
I think we got a stopping point with the book. I think the greatest discovery today, at least thus far for me, I think the non works best because it's got the filling and the convenience. I can eat it while I'm reading the book. It's so the non's got my vote so far. I know the flavors. You made some very very strong, valid points with the flavors, but I appreciate the non most so far. The nons. Oh yeah. Oh, also I wrote some stuff about this book here.
I
Yeah.
know that you
Okay.
guys are laughing at the
Yeah. Davis. Yeah. We've
Oh, what?
portals, tears, chaos realm.
Good. Wait,
Bad
no.
time.
Bad.
No,
Sounds
bad.
bad.
Yeah. Room. Magnus can't see. Probably got a tear to the chaos realm.
But
The book
we
says either wait a million years or
tried
look what's
to
on the other side.
go in.
Yeah, I think that's
We
what.
couldn't make it in there. But Magnus could let us in there? Wait. Yeah, couldn't he? I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Magnus,
think
can you? Oh no, he hates it though.
he's just because it's unknown. And I don't blame him.
Mm.
Just the rest of the tower. He is the rest of the tower. He described it pretty well. It's like when your arm falls asleep. It's like that. It's there, but you can't feel it. You can't.
Oh,
None of
that
that.
does make
What?
sense.
But it's been that way for as long as he remembers, I believe.
Oh, that
The one
sounds
room.
terrible.
because I
Oh.
woke up.
Since he
That's
woke
the
up,
big
okay.
booming sound.
Well, maybe we'll just get in there and like how when your arm like falls asleep, you just kind of like smack it until you like feel something in it, and then you get the feeling back. Like, we'll just go in there and get your feeling back.
Yeah, see if we can help out with that.
It's
Um, Al,
oh boy.
Al really casually over the bond is gonna go. Oh yeah, safety word to get back from the chaos realm is bacon quiche, guys. Okay, thanks.
Wait, that's what that was?
Huh? Yeah.
That you were okay. Yeah, we're.
Chicken.
Also over the bond.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
also only works if Rock.
Oh look,
Olakun says it. Thank you. Thank you.
guys,
This
he's
has
like
been
one of
your
our
I
best
would-
best
friends.
would also-
Thank you.
Come on.
What's funny is Caden will see Ben will see Caden just crack a smile over the bond with the safety word comment. He's like, we're still having their little discussions. So cool. Like Magus is like, I mean, one book. That's all you needed, and you're confident. Oh God. Okay.
If anything has more, I can. I'd rather be safe than sorry. More
I
preparation's always better, but
Davis literally lets his head fall and hit the
No.
table.
I think patience. Well, on one end, patience is running dry, and Al will like gesture to like everything, and then he'll point to Carlos and say, "But we are on the precipice of greatness."
No, I I sympathize with Davis.
Uh,
I just don't want to know what is. Can we just ignore it for a while? Maybe ignore it until it goes away.
no.
Mm,
I don't know how it's been open for several months, and I think it's only gotten. I had to check my notes from like 10 sessions ago. I think it's gotten worse with time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
And the book says it should be healing with time, and I'm not seeing that.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to let us in then?
We'll be making a lot of plans first, of course, but we do.
With the understanding that I am not going, I cannot go in there.
No, yeah, it's good.
I am Magnus, and Magnus can go with. Okay.
Mhm.
And also understand that I am shutting that door immediately after you step in.
Understood.
And until I hear those magic words.
Wait, are
Al
you?
does a little presentation.
Is Magnus? I'll just say in my head, Magnus, you on this line?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Then yeah, then we can.
I'm here. Wait, actually, give me a second. And he
Al's,
warps over.
Al's trying not to crack a
Yes, I'm here.
smile.
Oh god, the voice. Oh god, no. He comes back to his body. I'm not using that voice in that body. Okay. I don't like that.
Excellent choice. I prefer the classic as well.
Yeah. Actually, you bamfs to another one. Hello. Hello. Oh yeah. Okay. Nobody bamfs to back to. Apparently, my thoughts are not my. I have a different thought sound my voice depending on. Okay, this is a weird internal monologue.
Hey, you're learning about yourself. Nice.
Neat.
I am. So,
I just learned that I
I.
can read stars. Well, I didn't just learn that, but I'm learning that I can read them.
That's impressive.
I want to hear about that in a
Actually,
little
tell me about that. He's gonna try to distract
Sure.
you.
bit. Let's start story while
Tell
we're
me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I'll the
I just think that I
Davis
could be,
bites,
like, dust
bites,
bunny.
totally bites.
Okay. Yes.
He's begging for anything to do. So the smallest little crumb of interest is like, okay, sure, finally, here, let's do this.
Al and
Hey,
Lulu are
wait,
going to
you want
tag
me
out.
better?
I'll need to think about something else for 2 minutes, and Lulu is now the taste tester, and she'll be giving Karos very elegant feedback. Oh yeah, is she on the bond?
Yeah. So, Caden hit everybody with a bond.
She is. Oh hell yeah.
I just made it simple. I know it. I know I'm stretching the spell a little bit extra. I don't care.
She's very like. Karos, it was the right decision putting away the hummus. That would have been terrible. Does not have a place here. So very good on you. Good on you. What's next on the list?
Potatoes.
I was actually hearing Luna's voice. Potato. Potato. What was the name of the band, Al? Go.
Unsolicited potatoes.
There you go. It always comes back to potatoes.
Ah yes, potatoes. Quite yes, yes. Anything? Have we tried tangy already?
Tried what? Sorry.
Anything tangy? Mhm. Just
Tanky.
offering ideas, I suppose.
Tangy.
You're leading. I'm just making suggestions.
Sorry, this is Kyle asking. Tanky?
Tangy.
Oh,
Tangy.
Tang. Okay, okay. Sorry. I watched somebody play a lot of World of Warcraft today, so it's like,
Your dish needs a little more HP, defense, resistance. You know.
oh, okay, yes.
This is a more
That's what
focus fire.
Can't
potatoes were for.
just doesn't stand up to a battle axe. You know.
Tangy, yes. That's where the complaint about the brightness was. It can't be too heavy. A heavy breakfast, you've just woken up, you want to go back to bed, take a nap. It's got to have
Yes.
brightness to cut through the fat. The fat's there for the flavor.
Yes. Yes.
So good.
Just a bit of an
Alright.
idea.
Cool. Can I get you 3 to roll me another set of d20s, please?
I guess.
Please tell me the results.
Lulu 19.
19, 11 y 5.
5.
19, 11, 5.
Wait, I missed one. I was like, wait, I missed one. What was it? Yeah, okay. 19, 11, 5. And the previous one was 34. Okay, got it. Okay.
We're moving up in the world.
Yeah, up by 1.
You're moving up.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys got literally improved by 1. So 34, 35. All right. That being said, some more time will kind of pass. Davis will talk about the stars. Al, you'll be able to do a little bit more research. You'll kind of understand that probably what is the course of action is going on the other side and seeing what is there and what is keeping it in such a way. There is some slight concern, because normally when you'll read when there's bleeds, if the environment is not conducive to existence from one side to the other, the bleeds tend to kind of help creatures from the material plane exist on another plane, because they kind of the environments and the atmospheres kind of work together. However, that being said, you are seeing like chaotic influences still manifest and work here naturally, so there is a degree of confidence that probably if you go to the other side to a degree of confidence, you'll be fine. It doesn't seem like you don't have to worry about like being able to breathe or being able to do stuff there. You just have to worry about the other elements of chaos there. Because
Okay.
in a way, Al, you'll understand. Maybe we don't need to breathe over there because there's no concept of breathing over there. Therefore, breathing is irrelevant
It's
over
that
there.
level.
Yes, it's that level.
There'll be occasional little unsolicited things over the bar, and they'll just like, oh, it can't hurt us if we don't believe in it. Okay.
Yes, you
Hey.
are a 40k
Yeah,
orc.
orc,
Exactly,
yeah.
correct. Not quite, but yeah.
Where's my chopper?
If-
What's
If it's
occasionally
charged, maybe.
Davis, we need all the red paint. All the red paint you can find.
Because it's the fastest.
We gotta be fast. I will butt in at one point. Hey, if I can borrow Magnus for a minute, can you help me find if there's anything on the Chaos Realm? I want to know where we might be, where we might peek over to later. Any research on that?
Specifically chaos.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Do you want denizens of chaos? Do you want ecosystems of chaos? Do you want chaos? Hey, don't go there because what the fuck? It's chaos.
Uh,
What would you like?
are these all
Might be the
massive
last one,
tomes?
but
Let's
I mean,
grab all of them and try and speed
I'll be
run
right
some
back.
stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll try and find you.
So he'll do the thing, and then within the next 10 minutes or so, various constructs of his will come by and drop off little either wrapped up scrolls. Some of them, like literally, like one that he drops off is a page that is mostly burnt, and it just has like a little bit of text that survived. Super out of
Signed the
context.
Chaos Realm. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is one that is essentially a little tome, and I say little, like it's a little like a little book. It looks like it was something that was meant to be like secret, something that someone can keep on their person but hide, and it is actually like the tenets of chaos. It is a book dedicated, like a little prayer book dedicated to the the Lord of Chaos,
Ooh.
the Bad Titan. Things like that. Like there's a whole bunch, and he ends up bringing you like a collection of like 24 things that reference chaos and all that. It's like that's what I remember all being here.
This is plenty.
Again.
Thank you. Thank you, Magnus.
Yes.
Sorry, Davis. You can.
I would say.
Oh, yeah.
No, I have this one for Davis. It's a picture book. He
Oh.
can look at.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
awesome. It'll tell you everything that you might be able to find and punch in the face in the Chaos Realm. If they don't punch you back
Thanks.
first. Yep.
Davis has a pretty long reach.
And Davis, when you do,
He's look at it.
then go ahead and give me an investigation, Davis, just for
Oh,
fun.
sure.
And see.
Ba-ba-da.
Yep. Alright, just I'm not gonna make you go book by book or item by item. Like, what are you looking for, and maybe we can
But a
find
big
something.
it's a very significant number. 1. Total of 1.
Total of 1.
I rolled a 2
There,
for a total.
yeah. There are some depictions in this book that don't make sense. Like, where they're like trying to draw an entity of chaos, and it's just like, where's its body? Where's its head
Yeah,
start?
like-
Where's its limbs start? Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, this is just a blank page, but what? That's weird.
Just a bunch of eyeballs. I don't get it. Um,
It says something here
Yeah.
about exists only in other multiple dimensions simultaneously. I don't know what this word is.
they're just making up words.
That is every word that's ever been made that we use is a made-up word.
It's true.
I know.
Touche.
Yo.
The
Okay.
brain named itself.
What a bastard. Al already has an idea of the breathable stuff, the environment, which should be bearable. I guess you try and find anything similar. I guess creatures akin to the match hits, because he feels like those would be near the other side. It may not. They could just be a bleed over and they're manifesting on this side, or they could be something existing on the other side as well that are maybe not walking through. It's more of an essence than a physical. I think creatures and with a focus on things that might be able to hold open a portal, things that have that level of
Density.
know.
Okay.
Yeah, sentience and intensity. Yeah, they'd have a
Alright,
reason to keep it open.
Okay, sure. For creatures, it's your choice of doing we'll go ahead and let you use either survival or arcana. Yeah, survival or arcana. For the creatures.
I'll go survival since these things are a little wacky. Try group inspiration that one.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll knock it
One
down.
group inspiration down. Better.
Yeah,
13
two
total.
groups. 13 total.
Thank you for the counter.
So kind of going through, it takes you like you're willing to maybe dedicate about another hour to this. And you're kind of going through, kind of parsing, kind of sorting things out on this large desk. You're at your standing desk, but now you like have multiple standing desks like side by side, so you can like move back and forth between them. Every once in a while, you get kind of back to that burned page and you just kind of look at it. And you're like, and you just keep going.
Where did book
With
7
13,
go?
you
Oh, I put
do
it under book 12. God damn it.
with a 13, you do stumble across there's a portion of it that's saying like the denizens of chaos are often hard to comprehend or hard to categorize because they are as chaotic as the environment that they live in. Their forms change, they warp, they morph. Though there are some general classifications that seem to be appropriate and understood. There's this hierarchy on fiends, and when you go down to the fiends, there are on the chaotic spectrum of the fiendish lineage, you have your demons. So demons are often associated with the chaos realm, though these demons are not necessarily your typical ones that might get associated with demons that have traveled elsewhere and then just not been able to return back, or have traveled elsewhere and just become part of the planar ecological system. Very common ones is like demons traveling to like the infernal planes and then getting stuck there, and then you have like your burning kind of fire demons and stuff like that. Though you're flipping through, and there's a few pages on some of them that look oddly familiar. They're the mad shits, but you're looking at them and they look kind of amphibious. They have large hands and claws. You think you've seen them before? It's the I'll go ahead and grab their tokens.
The little rain hunter
Yup.
reptile. Claw
Yup.
boys.
Yup. Yup.
It's
Yeah.
from the dream fight.
They no, from the control weather fight. You guys
Oh,
didn't
early,
you guys
yeah,
hear
yeah,
this?
those guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the magic bean stuff. Yeah.
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 Shh.
Yeah.
Don't say it so loud. Rock will hear you.
So
He goes to the cabinet. He's
So-
eating some beans.
try to drag them on here so we can kind of remember what they look like.
Rock is interrupting Karis at the cabinet time. It's like, no, I need lima beans right now.
Cabinet's right there.
These a little bit.
Woo.
There you go. So these lovely fellas and these lovely fellows.
Oh, not grab Magoo.
So these are more regular denizens. They seem to be manifestations of chaos that are able to keep some sort of form and be more regular. They are referred to as Slotty, Sladi. They're just known to being large and aggressive. There are many different variants of them, varying in capabilities and intelligence, though all of them are scary, dangerous, and will rip you to shreds. And that's all you kind of get from the 13. So
Okay.
okay. As far as trying to find something that is so powerful that could be on there, no, you don't really find anything. Obviously, there has to be potential for creatures to be like that, but nothing definitive. So I will say though that the tome for the slotty, it does reference other ones, though, and for the sake of classifications, they attempt to classify them based on their skin or their colors. There's red, there's blue, there's green, black, white, some other ones.
Death.
My favorite color. Yeah. Louise.
Legitimately, I think that is like a type of
Yes,
in
this that's
normal
slotty.
5e, yeah.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But you know that whole creation and don't you can go ahead and meta it as much as you want. They do not have the same creation
No,
story.
yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I
I just think it's funny. It's like color, death.
It's like, one of these things is
Yeah.
not like the others.
Yeah. And there's even ones that once you get higher on the are more obscured on the thing. They're no longer like amphibious in form. They just become different. So, all right. Anything else from the three of you? Before I guess we'll probably call it an early session. Just kind of let it kind of be a relaxing kind of
Yeah.
figure out the perfect meal, and then get some information and prep you guys for next week.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever
There's
we
really nothing-
need to know before
yeah.
we go to the dough. That's what we'd be doing.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, anything else, Al? You have a bunch of things before you. So if there's any last minute thing you might want to try to accomplish.
Well, last minute I'm good on that stuff. I think Al would recompile his
Uh-huh.
notes to bring up to the group, and then
Mhm.
he'd try to quote unquote relax by helping find or taste test the greatest dish ever created.
The greatest breakfast only. This isn't the greatest
Yeah,
dish
there's
yet.
only-
It's just the
yeah.
breakfast.
Apologies.
Not the greatest dish ever. You're gonna need
Alright.
some more time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've
I
got
don't know if
until
the
the end
universe
of
will,
brunch.
will exist long enough. Okay.
I imagine the first 20
So with that,
iterations were more bacon, more bacon.
Slowly turning
Karos
the
has
bacon dial.
So,
Anything containing
here's the true
protein.
question. Here's the true question, Karos. Is there such thing as too much bacon? And that is
Well-
where we will leave this episode.